here it is, the big one, the one everyone has been waiting for. We are finally talking about some LEGO Squid Game sets and what could be seen in the future of LEGO Squid Game. Before we get into it, make sure to join the Discord. But Squid Game is the best TV show of the year, and I've picked some of the most likely scenes to be recreated in LEGO. With all of these videos, your support means the most, so let me know what sets you guys want to see and put them down below. And disclaimer, do not be hurt if I don't say your favourite characters' names right. Now, obviously these sets are quite obvious to pick out. For all the different challenges throughout the Squid Games, from Marble to Tug of War to Red Light Green Light, all probably deserve to be sets. But I'm going to pick some ones that you might not want to be sets, but I think are very influential to the Squid Game story. So starting off with the one that obviously everyone knows, everyone probably remembers the most in Squid Game, it's got to be Red Light Green Light. I'm just saying, if you watch this in the Korean, in the English dub, then you are a cringe person. But I watched it in the Korean, the obviously song in it is much more better than just going red light, green light. But definitely the most memorable game in Squid Game. This was the start of the realization between the competitors of what was going to happen, and almost half of the competitors got eliminated. So in this set, obviously I would add 456001 Ali, and obviously the red light green light doll. Whilst not a big set, I would have some kind of mechanic on the doll that snaps her head back fast, meaning you can somewhat play this game out for yourself. I'd probably look at a price range between £20 and £30, adding on any monetary value for the trademark, for the doll, for the mechanic. All of these things in this game would be there, but I would definitely add red light green light as my first proper game. Next up, of course, you have to have Lights Out. In the dormitories where they're all there, they're all hiding, they're all worried about what's going to happen, and they knew there was going to be an attack on that night. The tremendous amount of fear used by the competitors, the original bully who died later on from the whole games, I think it would be great to recreate into an amazing LEGO set. I'd prefer the set to be quite big, a lot bigger than Red Light Green Light, with another mechanic to allow the beds to fall down and displace on the set, so you could have another thing where you can have like the beds like collapsing and stuff, but it can easily be rebuilt back up, so lots of falling objects coming throughout the set, and they can easily be used. But also I want the main core of characters as they unite, including the fan favourite 67. Personally, I probably would put this set as around £30 to £40, as it would be really cool to see the characters all united together, meaning they could even be 7 figures and counting in this set. Now obviously that might be unrealistic, but there's got to be a set where you have all of the figures. It's either going to be Lights Out, where they're all combined together, or it's going to be Tug of War. And in Tug of War you have lots of other characters who probably aren't as good, so I probably would put this one as the main set here, because you get all of the main characters all uniting together without the Tug of War candidate. Now, I could list off all of the games, but here I'm going to mention a few sections or sets that I think would be much cooler to put into a LEGO set, but probably is very unrealistic even if LEGO somehow got the license and decided to do LEGO Squid Games, as obviously I know it's very unlikely. So the 3 sets I think are influential is the underground like subway / train station, with the flipping car game, which pushes the main character 456 or Ji-yeong Sang or something like that into the games. The story between them, it would be really, really cool, and obviously you see that at the end as well when he tries to chase him down. I think that would be a really, really cool set to describe and put into it, and again that would give more to the story for me personally. The police officer and his brother, obviously that was explored so much throughout it. It's kind of the backstory, so I'm breaking into Squid Games and the main like Squid Game vigilante. Perhaps on the island where he gets shot in the shoulder. Yes, I do not think he's dead. You can probably tell. I probably would put that in as well. That set would be very, very cool to see. And also the room which all the buyers and spectators of the Squid Games are watching the glass hall game. I don't think there should be an actual glass full game set. I know some of you are probably being like, oh my god, that's one of the most influential ones. It gets them down from 20 to 3 and stuff like that. But no, I think it would be much better just to have the room, and then you can have maybe a little like thing on the wall, like a little sticker that shows the actual game, or you could have a little small model of it, but I don't think you should actually put the glass full game into it. Yeah, these sets will definitely bring a different environment to the story and be able to progress it if you want to display it in that way. But yes, obviously this is probably a more unrealistic one than this. So back to the realistic games, of course, we have the Shapes game with that all awful umbrella scene where 456 licks his way to victory. Now, I would like this to be a set. A further look into the background and scenery with the kids' playground, it actually makes for a really, really cool set to be introduced into this. But also the stress and determination of all the competitors as they do this again. The old man, 456, and the crazy lady who has the lighter, with kind of, who I obviously wanted to die throughout the whole thing. And I'm bad at names, don't hate, I know I can't name any of the actual names. But I think this set would be really, really cool to bring in. Has a lot of stuff in it, a lot of stress. And you could bring in some background characters as well. I really, really do like this set, and I personally really think that this is one of my favorite games throughout it. So yeah, definitely the umbrella and the old man doing it would definitely be the way to victory here. So honorable mentions, and I know you're gonna hate me, but I really don't see a tug of war set being introduced into my version of the Lego. You can't have all the games, and it is cool, but I just wouldn't really want it. It doesn't really add too much to the story. I know that it shows the old man and that they can fight off someone who should be much stronger than them, but I don't think it really translates into Lego that well. So I'm definitely going to leave that one out of my collection. I know a lot of people I've seen have put this one in. I personally just wouldn't want this set into Lego. Also, the glass full game, whilst a cool moment, it would be hard to put into a Lego set. I just think it would be quite annoying set to reproduce. I feel like it fall apart and be very hard to put the glass falling function into it. It could be put in. There's so many better sets than that. And finally, the one that I know you guys are going to get onto me for, really hate me for, it definitely has to be the final scene. I just wouldn't want to put it into a set. I thought it was a really epic ending and I thought it was really cool, but I just would not want to recreate it. I personally would prefer lots of other sets, and you can't have all of the sets, so I would leave out the final ending. And I know that that's very, very unrealistic. Lego love putting in their final ending battles we've seen in Endgame and all these other TV shows and movies, but I just wouldn't put it in here. So the final, the big one, I bet you guessed it, and yes, it is marbles. Now, if you haven't watched the show, then probably click off now, because it is the biggest sacrifice ever made, with number one sacrificing himself, even though he didn't in the end. It was one of the saddest episodes of Squid Game, especially with Ali dying. Therefore, I had to put this one top. It had so many emotions, so much scenery to put in, so many characters who sacrificed themselves to someone else. It personally was my favourite scene in the game. And what about that man and his wife who even decided that he should play the game, so sacrifice him for his wife? It is absolutely crazy. So probably with all the minifigures in this could be the best set on this list, and hopefully it is. Whilst this is obviously a great list, what are you guys picking for your Lego Squid Game sets? Are you guys picking the marble set, or are you guys picking some of the other rubbish ones like Tug of War? So yeah, obviously let me know what you guys think in the description below. There you have it, some of my great Squid Game choices. Obviously, I think you guys should join the Discord, see what's hanging, try and put some of your Lego idea sets. There's some great sports in there. But you can yell at me for all your rubbish decisions that I make in this video, and put some of the ones that you guys want throughout this video. Yeah, so make sure to subscribe, make sure to like as always, and we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and we're going to try and do it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.